Does that mean we're live?
We are live.
Actual?
Yeah.
This is so wild.
Well, it's not wild unless somebody actually joins the live stream.
I'm nervous.
But we do podcasts all the time.
Not in real life.
I know we get to edit stuff out.
Who do you think's gonna wish they were edited more, me or you? Definitely you. Who do you edit more? Because I don't do any of the editing.
No, I think out loud more.
Do you? I never knew that.
And so, yeah, there's a few times
How
where
do
I've
we
said
look?
things.
This
got a
is-
notification on my phone.
Oh, did you? That's kind of cool.
Oh, did you get notified that we were going live?
Sir Thrax says, "Hey, cool idea."
Oh, thanks. So what's the point here? No, we need to waffle first and wait for everybody to join.
We'll
apparently.
probably need to give I don't know, what's
Thanks to Topher Field and Carl's, who are like my inspiration for live streaming.
Yeah, do they have a Jamie or a Noah?
I think so. A Jamie.
I'm
Hi,
Jamie,
Noah.
otherwise known as Noah.
Jamie
So
Noah sitting over there.
The reason we're doing it this week is because Noah's here for birthday week on holidays, and so
Well, yeah, and it was Noah's idea for us to do a podcast, so this is a little bit of punishment to go. The podcast is on break, but you are sitting in the Jamie seat, so...
and you've got to do something once to kind of know whether it's good or not.
It's
Or
definitely...
like to iron out all this is going to be wonky.
It's nice to not have to worry about all the tech and for all of you there, hello, that can only see us and it looks like this, nice little set. There's all of these cables and lights.
So if this works and if we want to do this again, then we're going to have to invest in lighting. That's definitely one thing. What? 30 people.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Lots of people in the
Hello.
chat right now.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
We
Some
can
people
probably...
from Sydney, some people from Melbourne.
We can probably get straight into it.
Sorry, guys, it's later for you. I
feel
remember
like,
the daylight savings days.
Oh, 7:30, true.
Yeah.
I feel like the Rustic Spirits audience are like timely.
Why? Because they're like you?
Oh no, I just feel
Punctual?
like they're like getting it done kind of people, Like,
Really?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
We tried to make it like this whole daylight savings thing. Like we spent years in the Northern Rivers, so daylight savings time. I was always quite a fan of it because I could garden later. But now that I'm not on a schedule as much, I get up with the sun. So we're up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Not up, but like awake.
Yep.
And then like in an hour we'll be ready for bed.
In hindsight, it was probably a mistake positioning the chicken coop right behind our bedroom window, and especially now that there's at least 5 roosters in there.
Do you notice it anymore?
Nah, you tune it out.
Do you notice it when you come and visit, Noah?
Of course, I set my tent up right next to the
Yeah, you
chickens every
did.
time.
I noticed you opened the window that faces the chicken coop. I'm like,
That
oh,
doesn't matter.
I just need fresh air.
You grew up on a farm. So I reckon we got quite a few questions come in on the Patreon page.
So we asked our patrons. We said they get dibs on questions first.
Yeah.
So we're preloaded. Do you think like we waffle anymore, or can we like get into it?
Nah, screw it.
How
Let's
do
get
I
right into
look?
it.
Do I look uncomfortable? Because I'm feeling very nervous.
So yeah, I'm gonna be reading out patron questions.
Okay.
And then if I see a really good question in the chat, I'll pull up that one.
I want to try and get everybody. Like I want to answer everybody. They're here with their
There's lots-
time.
there's
Is
lots of
there?
questions.
already.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
All right, let's hook into the Patreon questions
Okay.
first then.
Okay, I promise if we don't get to answer everybody's question on the live, because this goes up as a video
It
afterwards,
does. Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So if we don't answer your question, I promise we will answer it like in the comment section.
All right, I think I
There's
remember
my
the
promise.
first question, and it was from Craig.
Yeah.
And it was about whether or not there was a project that we've done that we kind of, in hindsight, was like...
Waste of time?
Was that a waste of time?
It's definitely you question. I would never do something like that.
That's not fair, just because I do the building.
Yes.
Okay, one that comes to mind, and you can go back through the videos because we did do a video on this one, was an idea that we had for a water filter. And it wasn't a bad idea, it was just poorly executed in terms of size.
You were pretty excited about it.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to do this for a while because I'd seen a few off-grid homesteaders do these PVC pipe-based filtration systems, and I really wanted to test the theory out. And so I was pretty happy with it, that it worked.
I'm going to get comfy.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
I wasn't happy with the flow rate of it in the end.
it didn't work.
No, it definitely
Oh.
worked. I think, and got heaps of really cool feedback, and that's one of the things I'm loving the most about kind of. On the one hand, you put projects out there and you cop crap about your building
Always.
skills and that, but I am loving all the feedback and ideas that come in.
Yeah,
and
cool.
so we did this like 2 sections of PVC pipe, and one was full of sand and one was full of charcoal, and I think the sand was just too dense. And
Did you use our sand?
yeah. No, our sand's pretty good actually. The sand we have on the property here is pretty coarse. Like if you've ever bought like propagating sand, like nursery sand, it's about that
Yeah.
consistency. I just think it wasn't a large enough filter, and somebody had the idea to why don't you use those blue barrels with the lock, ring lock lids as your medium holders and do it that way. And I actually have a couple of those. So I'm keen to upgrade that and give it another go. And the idea that I have to make that work is we've got 2 big storage tanks.
Mm.
We could kind of afford to pump all of our water into the first tank, and then I don't care how slow it moves into the second
Filter
tank.
it into the second.
Yeah, and filtration is kind of important to us out here because we're taking from the dams, which are just down there.
And they're really low right now.
And the lower they get, the kind of muddier it tastes.
It doesn't taste like that because we're filtered, but when you hop in the shower,
Yeah.
especially like inside the tiny house, and it's like, I smell like
A
earthy.
dam.
It's earthy.
Yeah, so we've got extra filtration on our sink,
Yeah.
but then shower.
There's no point filtering shower water.
No, or garden
Just
hoses or
don't
anything
drink
like that.
it.
So
We're not.
I don't know if you
stupid here.
count that as a project that didn't work that I thought was a waste of time, but I just wish I'd upspec'd it a little more.
I wonder whether you're going to need to get faster at answering questions.
Oh, this could be a 3-hour live stream.
Well, I've got a great question here from Sir Thrax in the chat. Wants to know if we get mozzies this time of year.
Actually,
and if
I
the
was
lights are helping.
no. I was going to ask you. There's no, I say slaves, children for. So you're
I'm gonna
my
get it, I
child.
know where it
Can
is.
you? Do you know where it is?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you get it for me? If you, I'm.
Hi chat, welcome to the Mellow and Kirsty show.
If you don't use like this is not sponsored, but this is the best stuff that I've ever used.
Well, what is it?
It's Good Riddance.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
really expensive, but you don't need
It smells
much.
good.
It works, and it's not gonna kill you.
So, short answer, yes. Like we've got standing water just like 150 meters away in terms of 2 big, massive dams.
It's
so.
worse when it hasn't rained, I find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm getting absolutely smashed.
But Craig's second question was really good, and what he asked was,
It was so interesting because that went out in our email today because we sent our first email today.
oh yeah, in our 3. So his
Yeah, it was actually the hugest
Kirsty wrote-
mission of the
Kirsty
entire.
wrote that bit.
It was the biggest mission of the entire world to get that out.
But Craig's question was temporary or permanent. When it comes to doing a project, do we prefer to do things temporary so that we've got like the flexibility to make changes, or permanent so that you're not double handling and investing extra money?
This is actually a very big source of contention in our relationship. Not the temporary thing, but like, we just do it like this, especially like, we'll just do it like this for the video. And it's like, you end up with all of these things that it's like, if we had have just done 20% more work,
It'd be done.
it'd be done.
Yeah, I'll tell you the history of where this comes from, and I'll try and keep it brief. But we worked for a farm owner, and she was married to a metal worker, a steel worker, and everything she managed and ran the farm. It was hers, and
She was incredible.
yeah. And because there's another question coming up about being in your 70s, and we were working
Yes.
for her when she was 70.
Yep.
But everything she built was in steel and concrete, and not even bolted together steel. I mean, like if she had an idea for a fence, that thing got welded in place.
Yeah.
And when we came along and took on that farm and wanted to make some changes, it was like, hey, I kind of like this space, but could we expand it? And she would freak out because she's like, all right, order more grinding discs. Looks like we're cutting up the shed. And so I very quickly kind of came to loathe things that were fixed in place. That being said, it's a fair point that once you know, like
Yeah.
don't waste your time. Like kind of lock it in.
We've just adopted the idea because we're starting from scratch and not everybody is afforded that luxury. I'm not sure that I would call it a luxury. It is in some respects.
Well, you get to decide everything.
Yeah, that in itself is a huge problem because deciding everything is like sometimes like the most overwhelming thing in the world. But we've decided like prototype, test it,
Yep.
live with it. You'll figure out all of the issues
Yeah.
and then make it permanent.
I think it's important when it's something you haven't done before. Like
Yes.
we've come to this project with having worked on that previous farm for 7 years. So in terms of how I wanted to build my chicken coop, it was built in place and I knew what I wanted.
Sure.
How I want to set up our hatchery and our incubators and all that sort of thing for our chick
Been
raising.
through all the iterations of testing.
Yeah, I got to trial that over the last 7 years on someone else. So that's a really good point, actually. If you get an opportunity to work
for
on someone else's farm
Yeah.
and
Do
spend their money,
all the learning.
yeah, like that has saved us a ton here.
Yeah.
But it's also meant that sometimes we've just come to a project going, I know exactly what irrigation system we want to do. Let's just lock it in.
Yeah. But even then, we've had to redo it this season.
Well, that's a fair point because we're learning about our climate and what irrigation works out here and what doesn't.
Yeah, our thing is prototype it, test it, put it through its paces. Then when it comes time to do all those tweaks,
Yeah.
tweak it and concrete
So
it in.
it does mean you kind of do some double handling. I think it's worth it for not having like fixed yourself into something where you can't get out of it later on.
Yeah.
Hit us with the next question, Jamie.
I hope everybody's got a bevy.
To everyone in the chat asking me to boost the volume, I hope it's better now. I've boosted the
Can you
volume.
let us know whether it's yes or no?
Yeah.
Or is it because I'm down too far?
No, I've boosted the volume.
Okay, cool.
And to the one chatter saying that I need to be louder, I moved closer to
No one doesn't have a microphone.
Yeah.
But I said he wasn't a loud one because he's got a big, deep, boomy voice anyway.
But like, this is our first time. We're using the equipment that we've got, but if this is something that we decide that we're going to do more, we're probably definitely going to invest in. Probably definitely, maybe.
Chat's saying that we sound much better, which is awesome.
Oh, great.
So, next question is from Hannah P. I'm trying to get a handle on succession planting in the veggie patch. Any tips to streamline this or good apps to use, etc.?
Oh, I can talk apps.
I only remember to plant more when I've eaten everything else.
Yeah. I don't know if people here, you've probably heard us talk about this before, but Regan was the gardener first. Oh, no, I got a message. Regan was the gardener first. This is my first time really being hands-on doing it. So we wrestled control for a little bit in the middle there because Regan is all about the apps. Hi, Looney. Wanna come? Regan's all about the apps and I'm all about that doesn't make any sense. And Regan tends to love to overcomplicate.
Oh, I like to spend time planning and playing with the idea
I'm
before actually
like,
implementing
that
it.
doesn't work. So I just use, you've probably seen it before, a screenshot of our gardens from the drone and I write on it for every iteration of
Works for you.
succession planting. And, you know, if you garden, you're probably just about finished pulling all of the winter stuff out and you're definitely already planting your spring stuff. So I just work based on garden beds. I don't try and, because we've got multiple different garden beds, I just do successions in beds. So I'm like, okay, this one I'm planting now and then in a month I'm going to plant this one and then in a month I'm going to plant this one. That's how I do it. Like with carrots, I've got 5 on the
Successions?
go. Successions.
Yeah.
They're about a month or 2. We just harvested some that we're going to eat for dinner tonight.
So do you use a calendar or a reminder? Because Hannah's question's fair. Like you'll get something in the ground and then I know for me in the back of my mind you go, all right, carrots are done. And then you go to harvest the carrots, you're like, flip, I should have planted another round of carrots 6 weeks ago.
I use my Asana. I use Asana, but I use Asana for work as well.
Yeah, right.
But we've used Asana for years.
A to-do
Asana is a to-do list. However makes sense for you. I'm always like, in 3 weeks, I want to do this. I kept looking at the one because I've just planted my cumin seedlings. And I've been wanting to plant my own cumin for since we moved here. And when I was like, when do you plant it? It's in the springtime. I'm like, I have to wait so long. And so I was like, cumin seeds in the ground on this date. And I was like, I couldn't wait for it. And they're growing now. So I hope I've answered
I
that
will say though,
question.
in terms of apps, if that's kind of your bent, and it did help me learn gardening. I know it made me procrastinate a lot. The one I started with was called Garden Planner,
Yep.
I think, and it's pretty popular. And I was into the whole square foot gardening method, which if you don't know what that is, look it up.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool. I liked that one, and I think I got it through a website called Grow Veg. I don't know if that's an Australian website. Anyway, it costs. It might have been.
It's the one that does all the companions and everything
It
for
works
you.
everything out, and so it'll tell you spacing, and it'll, you can grab your capsicum and you can drag and drop like a square, and it'll go, oh, you can fit 12 capsicums in that space. It really helped me learn spacing. It helped me learn companion planting. And we had a big, massive market garden at that farm that we worked at. And so we had 20-meter rows. I think we had about 8 of them. And so working out kind of how much we needed to order and all of that sort of thing, that was good for that. It got too complicated and technical, and I ended up spending more time on the app than in the garden. So then I just switched to Gardenate. And Gardenate, I'm pretty sure, is a free app on your phone. And the only reason I pretty much use it now is just to double check planting dates. So I'll literally go, where are we now? October. Oh, that's right. Need to make sure. It'll go, here's what you need to start in your greenhouse or in trays. Here's what you need to be planting out. Here's what you should be harvesting. And it just gives you the list.
Dad's doing great at the short answers.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
feel
did
like I
awesome.
had the shortest.
I
Question from the chat.
Yeah.
Hayes Homestead asks,
Hey,
I want
Tobias.
to know where and how Regan learned how to make coffee. Ha ha ha. They always look like a barista coffee.
Oh,
Hey, Tobias, we can't wait to come see you.
you should check out Hayes Homestead
Yes.
if you're not subscribed to their channel.
Regan was meant to email you today. Did you email him today?
No.
Regan's going to be emailing to you tomorrow.
I did actually learn how to make barista coffee. So we worked for a church many, many years ago, and we had like a little coffee shop part of that church. And I think it was that we were selling beans from a particular brand or something like that, and that supplier came in and went and said, all of your like teenagers and youth that are making all these coffees are doing such a horrible job that they're destroying our brand. And we've decided to offer free training to everybody who and I went, oh, I'll do that. That sounds like fun. And so
Because you were a preacher,
yeah,
you didn't get to talk to people very much.
yeah,
And Regan, I don't know whether you've picked this up, but Regan's actually very introverted as a human. So he likes to have a reason or something to do in order to
have a chat with
have
you.
a chat with people. So he's like, this is going to help me be able to chat with people.
It definitely
I
did
think
that.
you guys were babies when this happened.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm going to get to like actually talk to people
Yes.
and learn how to make a good coffee. And so they
Yes.
paid for me to do that course.
Yes.
And then at that farm that we worked at,
we started the whole cafe and kitchen and
I was like,
everything.
we have to put coffee on here.
Yes.
People will come and buy coffees.
They weren't convinced.
And she, the owner being 70 years old and German, she was like,
Didn't like coffee.
Really? And it took off, and our kids were all little teenagers at the time. That was your first job? I think it was the others' first jobs as well.
They were all
you
taught.
had already taught me how to make coffee way earlier in life because you said, Noah, if you ever want a happy partner in life, you'll need to know how to make good coffee.
That's right.
That, and we said if you ever want to travel, like
Australians can make coffee anywhere in the world.
So yeah, long answer again, but yes.
And that's the one thing that I don't do.
Yeah.
Regan gives me a coffee in bed every morning.
On the coffee thing, we brought a coffee tree here that I was gifted from a previous workplace when I left.
We are not tropical enough for coffee.
It got frostbite. It got frost the first year and carked it.
And so if you've listened to our podcast where Regan realised that, if everything in the world collapses and we won't be able to drink coffee anymore, do you know how much more I enjoy my coffee now after that realisation?
You need a tree for every kilo of coffee, and we buy a kilo a fortnight.
We would need like 30 trees.
Minimum 26 trees. Yeah. So it's just not happening.
It's not happening.
All right, next patron question comes from Michelle Toohey.
Try and...
We are in an older age bracket, 60-70.
I love
wondering
Michelle.
if off-grid is doable for older people. So worried about food security, power, water, etc. What can you do on a very small unit block, water tank, solar would like your new system to jump off grid when possible?
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm growing fruit trees and some veg.
My mum and dad, not to uncover, but in their
60s.
mid-60s.
Yep.
I'm going to go... are in their mid-60s and they are here. They're doing it with us.
Just over there.
Hi, Mum. Far enough away to, you know, message before we come over. We're not everyone loves Raymond. We all like our space here. But my mum and dad are in their mid-60s and they're doing it.
Yeah. And they've just built a massive garden.
They have.
Big hoop house.
Yep.
And honestly, I think age is a state of mind.
Absolutely.
Definitely don't ever retire. And then as far as
Build
like
raised garden beds,
what can you do on a small space, our first homestead, should we call it that, was like a 400 square meter block.
Yeah.
And we gardened where we could and grew what we could on balconies and in pots. And I know everybody wishes they had more land.
Sure.
And it's a bit of a it's a bit deceptive, you know, like we're on 150 acres, but what do you reckon we use? Like 2?
5.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
Like
you can
definitely
do everything
you
you
go
need
for a
on 5.
walk with the dogs or you wander down to the dam or whatever.
You can do
and that's
everything you need on 5.
But almost, and because we're following permaculture principles, so you don't want to be like jumping on a tractor to go and, you know, go to the orchard.
Like we're off grid with our power. So it's not like there's power everywhere. It's like where the system is, we've got like
you're limited.
50 meters of radius. Do you know what I mean? Like that's it. In terms of cabling. So unless you want to put off-grid systems everywhere, which, you know, if money was no option,
and
sure.
Wi-Fi. I like to hook everything up to a sensor that I can monitor, which means it's got to be on Wi-Fi.
He does. So I would say to Michelle, absolutely you can do it. It'll keep you young, keep your hands in the earth.
Absolutely.
It'll keep you connected to the earth, keep yourself grounded. If you can collect rainwater, do it. If you
and her point was about those like off-grid solar systems, like some of that Blue Eddy stuff that we're trying. I have been really impressed with like those kind of all-in-one kit, and they're designed for that. I think is that you can kind of put it in the corner of a garage or like a spare room or whatever.
But Michelle, if you want to know more, like just hit us up on Patreon. We'll
if I didn't answer
walk
your
you
question.
through it. Yeah.
Awesome. We got another question from the chat here from Russ_Tay. Says, what's your greatest accomplishment in your homesteading journey to date?
It's got to be the garden.
Really? I would say doing it.
Oh yeah, fair.
Like actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because I said I'd never move here.
Okay, but I want to acknowledge that I think our homesteading journey started in that little suburban block. And I honestly do believe that there are iterations of homesteading and you don't have to graduate to the acreage block. Like I don't think it's any less self-sufficiency mindset or taking responsibility for your own whatever energy production, water harvesting, if you're in a townhouse or if you're on 100 acres. So
it's homesteading is a state of mind.
100%.
And you apply it wherever you are. That's what I would say.
Now caveat that with a little clause. Once you start baking sourdough or planting tomatoes, you're probably going to be trolling realestate.com and looking for land. It's one of those things that goes hand in hand. You always want, you're like, goats would be good, you know?
No, they won't. If you think you want goats, you don't.
Oh, come on. I do miss them a little bit.
Baby goats are cute.
They are.
Another question from Patreon from Nikki Tunstone.
Hey, Nikki.
When will you start doing tours/farm days and keen to meet in person?
Tours. Oh, definitely always keen to meet in person. Tours and farm days is something we get asked all the time. And it's something that we did at the last place that we were at. Like Regan would, at the end of his school holidays, have done hundreds of farm tours.
Yeah.
You were well loved there.
I do miss them a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
We would probably do something like that, but it's going to be a few years in the making.
The number one thing for us is the business and insurance side of stuff. The very fact, and we found this out, another YouTuber told us this, once you have a YouTube channel and you start accepting payments from YouTube, you have to set it all up as a business and all of that anyway. You like everything, work cover, workplace accidents, work safe, like all of that comes into play. And so then the thought of bringing the general public onto your property. But in terms of meetups, it has been a really big question that's come up, and we're
keen. We're just in
working
build
out how
mode.
that would work.
Yeah.
So
it's something that we'd like to do, but
it's something we will do.
Not anytime in the immediate future.
Probably not this side of Christmas. Let's say that. Do you know it's only a couple of months?
Oh, that's why I'm freaking out.
All right, hit us with another one.
We're doing better.
I just want to say, everyone in chat, just post all your questions. I'm looking through, and
Ooh.
just every time I see a good one, I stop on it,
It's
and then
kind
keep
of
going
weird
down.
because like there's conversation happening, but
131.
131 people. Wow. It's kind of weird because I like to have combos and it feels a bit one-sided.
So somebody commented and said, guys, don't do it. Don't go live. Like your audience is really small.
Ali's taking photos.
Honestly, I would have done this for like 5 people. And a big part of why we even set up this channel in the first place was to build authentic community around specifically what we're doing. I know there's all sorts of homesteading communities and Australian like permaculture and gardening and homesteading communities already
Like
online.
we're not reinventing the wheel
No,
here.
no, I didn't want to do that. But I knew that we kind of bring a unique perspective and we have
Yes.
a unique story. And so honestly, even if it was just the guys from Patreon jumping on and having a chat,
That's crazy.
I would have been keen.
Thank you.
All right, next chat question from Juicy_Oz.
Juicy Oz.
Do you think starting off your homestead as a weekender is a good idea,
Oh,
or
good
do
question.
you think dive in deep in the end?
Dive in the deep end.
Dive in the deep end. That's actually what he said.
Yeah.
I read it wrong.
Yeah, like we originally, because we bought this 9.5 years ago now, and we were like, we'll come out all the time. And when we lived on the Gold Coast, it was easier. And when our jobs weren't as demanding, but the moment we started working down on the farm in the Northern Rivers,
We had no time.
we had no time. I mean, there was the whole like 2 years of the New South Wales Queensland border that was like a nightmare.
Yeah.
We won't go there. But we thought, yeah, we'll get out all the time. But it just was, we have a family, like it was too much of a barrier. And you can only really achieve so much in a weekend.
Yeah.
Being on the property changes everything. Like actually being there, you start to think differently and your mind starts to, and you start dreaming and
I get it though, like
get exciting.
it might not be possible, and I guess the further out that people have to look for land, like that's a
Yeah.
serious consideration.
Like we were traveling 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and so when the kids were young and it was just like fun to camp, but we would just come out here and have fun.
We would leave our tent set up and the gazebos and everything.
How many of those cheap Chinese gazebos would come back the next month?
Just
And
to
we're
try
like,
and make
oh
it
well, guess we got to
easier.
buy another one.
Yeah.
So like if you can do the weekender thing, and if you can figure out a way to make a routine where you're actually starting stuff, but not being able to, I don't know what I would start. Fences probably. Nothing.
We still haven't done
nothing to do with probably livestock or gardens or anything like that, unless you've got a neighbor. So like we've got a new neighbor, he hasn't moved in yet, and they're setting up for horses, and there are some horses there already, but I know that they're working with a couple of the other neighbors to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
So you could do it that way.
We've got a rad little community here.
We do.
Yeah.
It would be it would be an easy way to ease yourself into it, but gosh, there's nothing like the deep end to make you really do it.
The deep end makes you come
Swim.
alive. Yeah. There's nothing like
And
the
I
deep
guess
end.
if you've got like, the ability to work remotely, or you've been able to buy property that makes the commute kind of reasonable, then
Somebody in the comment section of the last video said, I'd love to do that, but I just need internet. And people are like, Starlink is like a thing now.
We're streaming off of it right now.
We were meant to say, if things get a bit glitchy and they pause.
YouTube's telling us we've got a great connection right now.
So.
Yes, that happens. And I work remotely. So sometimes I'm like Zoom calling with, the other side of the world in Denmark and stuff. And everybody knows now, if Kirsty pauses, you just have to wait for 30 seconds. We blame Elon, like Elon's, pedaling the bicycle that's powering Starlink or something. And I think it's when like you're changing a satellite.
When it changes satellites,
and it just pauses. So if we pause, don't freak out. We've learned to take it as a deep breath moment.
Oh, technical question, Jamie.
I'm not Jamie, I'm Noah.
Sorry, that's a Joe Rogan reference, if you didn't know. So I know on live stream we've turned monetization on, and I don't
we need to talk
really
about that.
fully understand all of that. But does that mean that ads are playing during this?
I have a button here to insert an ad.
Oh, don't do it.
I'm
just don't do it.
Don't click the button, that means no one will get an ad.
Do that. Don't do ads.
Don't do ads.
I'm trying not to do ads. If you get ads automatically, it's not my fault.
Yeah, and it's not our fault. And another comment we got is like 28 minutes of ads.
Somebody got a 28-minute ad. I know, I read that. I
I'm
was
never
like,
watching your videos again. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing wrong that you got 28 minutes of ads?
but I'm pretty sure those, I don't know. Like I've had YouTube Premium was the one subscription service that I wouldn't give up when we moved out here. Like we had all of the Paramounts
Kindle
and Disneys
Unlimited.
and all of that at YouTube.
Yeah.
But YouTube was my university for 10 years before we did this.
I do the ads.
And so I just haven't had ads for years.
And you know what? When I'm watching like smaller channels and smaller creators, I watch all of the ads. I'm like,
now that you know.
Now that I know.
Yeah.
The big ones, I'm like, nah, skip.
All right. Before we get to our last patron question, we've got a chat question that's been seconded. Sarah Nuttall asks,
hi, Sarah.
Do you believe you would have chosen this start of your current homestead with little kids?
Oh,
we've been asked that question.
Did we answer this in the podcast a few weeks ago? I feel like we did, or we were going to.
Erin. Yeah. If I have my time over again, yes.
I do, like some of those.
It would have been really hard.
You probably all follow the Justin Rhodes channel. Like I've been following them since, man, probably before the last two kids were born anyway.
We lived in Narang.
So that's many years ago.
We moved from the Sunshine Coast and we didn't know Narang was like it was. Sorry if you live in Narang.
I was going to say, you can't pay out on suburbs. You don't know if somebody lives there.
We were living in Narang when you started to pay for Abundance Plus. So JJ would have been... Oh, hi. All the kids are here.
We're all
JJ would have been 4.
Yeah.
JJ's just turned 18.
So the point I was going to make was watching watching his family grow up, and not just grow up on a homestead, but grow up on a YouTube channel, because that's going to be a unique experience for their kids that I, in one sense, I'm kind of glad to have not navigated. But the homesteading aspect of it, I guess we kind of did it. Like when we moved to that farm, they were all young teenagers, and before that we had like this little 1.5-acre block where, we got our first goats, and so I know they weren't little. Would I do it with little kids?
Yes.
Yeah, just
100%.
You never, like, there's no.
Here's what I think: having children is really hard.
Yeah, look at them. They're trying to distract us in the background.
They're all in the background trying to distract us. No, but I'm not saying you're hard. I'm just like, having kids is hard. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the city or whether they're all laughing at me. It doesn't matter whether you're in the city. It doesn't matter whether you're in the country. It doesn't matter whether you're homesteading. Like the journey of parenting is difficult.
I guess the question would be, does homesteading add an element of complexity to that would have made, parenting easier if you weren't doing it? But
it's like living in the city is complex.
We also determined that with our kids, and it's part of the reason we moved to homeschooling, is that we were going to be really practical, hands-on in how we taught them how to navigate life. And so we looked for experiences like that. It's part of the reason why we took that farm job, is because of the opportunities it afforded us to do that. So I don't know, that's our mindset and our approach to parenting anyway. So we would 100% say yes.
We started conventional city corporate private school.
Yeah.
And by the end of JJ's journey of education.
You say that like it wasn't an education.
Like none of them have year 12 certificates, but all of them have qualifications.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like the
that's
path is not what you think it is. And if you want more information, we do have a podcast on homeschooling.
All right, gonna go into the last patron question, but right before that, thank you, Dan Buckle, for the $10.
Buckle!
Hey, Buckle.
He says, let's go, love this.
Dan Buckle is one of our greatest champions.
And it's literally his light that's lighting us right now.
Yeah.
Go.
He's one of the ones that convinced us to do this.
Awesome. Belle on Patreon asks, based upon your more recent podcasts and videos, you have spoken about the importance of community as well as skills. What skills do you feel are the most important to have covered within your community?
I want to laugh about this.
Why?
Because do you remember back in the day, like pre-COVID, when, it wasn't a joke anymore, and we would joke about who's on your zombie apocalypse team?
Oh,
And we were pretty harsh. And it's like, you have to offer something if you're going to be part of the community. And if you don't offer anything, then you're zombie fodder and you get pushed out in front.
One of my good mates, and he's a doctor and a keen mad gardener, and and we would get together and talk gardening stuff all the time. He found this website that was like, I think it was like
That's what I was laughing
the
at.
zombie apocalypse team questionnaire,
Yep.
and you could send it to your friends and that. And we were literally like vetting our friends and family, like, just fill this out. We're kind of keen to know, would you make the cut? And it was like, he gets on because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Let's
Mechanics,
answer the
yes.
question
Okay.
seriously. What skills?
What skills? I mean, community first and foremost is support.
Yeah.
And there's something different. Like, we've got friends all over, but there's something different about people who are homesteading, that you have this shared trauma. You know, like when you meet your kids' friends, parents, and they're just like you, and you're like, oh, thank goodness somebody who understands where I'm at. Having people who are on the same journey as you is definitely, look, we've made great friends with our neighbor, and just having people that you don't have to like do small talk, and you can just go, so crops, like, you know, you're going to plant potatoes and I'm going to plant, you know, onions, or having those conversations. Some of the people that are friends with us in the city, they're like, so what's life like? And we're like, our crops are doing good, you know, like how do you relate?
Yeah.
So yeah, first and foremost, community is just that shared experience.
Well, it makes you feel less crazy, right? Like when you can actually, if you've got a gardening friend and you can talk gardening stuff, if you've got somebody who's also got chickens and you can talk chickens. Just in terms of practical skills, again, like I would go back and say, if you get the opportunity to volunteer, go do a permaculture workshop, or particularly if you can spend some time on an actual working farm, like you can definitely learn skills in terms of planting and growing things, taking care of livestock. You know, you can do backyard chickens and all that sort of thing. I think it's those little hidden skills of how does a whole property water system work, and what do you do when it breaks down in the middle of the night?
No clue.
We were sitting here last night.
Or when Kirsty goes, oh, I forgot to turn the irrigation off.
We were watching the power, because when you live off grid, you watch that app really closely and go, we're going to have to fire up the generator because we do not have enough battery to make it through the night.
We're like, why are we using so much
power so high? And Kirsty goes, you know that new irrigation that you set up for me? I think I might have turned it on and left it on. And of course, that means there's a pump running.
4 hours.
And you know that a pump runs at 1,000 watts. So it's like,
4 hours.
and there was one, this is a little bit on me, but there was one section of the irrigation, the orchard, which I haven't completed yet. And it's got an end that's just uncapped. And I walked over to the generator and I'm like, why is the ground all wet? Oh, I see what happened here. I feel like it's those sorts of things that are they skills or are they experience? Probably more experience.
You need people who are not afraid to get in and learn new things. You need people who are curious about learning new things and about how things work. You definitely need a mechanic.
Do you mean you need people like that in
your tribe?
Yeah.
You need a mechanic. You just do. 100%.
But do you know what? You learn it too, because like I came here even after having worked on that property, and that probably was a little bit misleading because I had budget there. Like if a chainsaw broke down or whatever, I just sent it to the shop. Came out here and things like the generator would just stop working. I'm like, I'd jump on Google. Okay, there's a part that I need to learn how to install, and I did not have. And now I've stripped down like firefighting pumps and put them back together.
Small engine mechanics.
You can learn it.
Like your brother's part of the tribe.
Definitely,
he doesn't live here, but he's mechanic. Like we can, mechanics, builders.
Building skills is awesome. So the other family that lives on site with us, Craig's a cabinet maker by trade, and just having somebody, and your dad's an actual builder, but having somebody whose brain you can pick to kind of go, what, like,
It's just nice to not have to know everything.
I don't think you can. I think that's kind of the point. And there's only so much you can chat GPT and you can Google and you can YouTube and all of that. You're getting seriously distracted by these two. What are they doing?
The most ridiculous
I feel like next live stream there's going to be a camera pointing that way, and you watch, no one will be there.
To Chris Joyce, who donated
Hey, Chris.
$7.99.
Oh,
said,
thank you.
Can we see the kids? We know they are there. Not all of us want to be on camera. Here, go on camera
Come.
for a second.
I'll come.
Alia's in her pajamas. She says
I'm in
no.
my
pajamas,
pajamas,
but I
Hi,
don't care.
Chris.
This is Noah. Noah's our eldest.
How we
This is
doing?
JJ. JJ's our youngest.
Noah.
Where's
Alia.
Hi.
Buckle. Shut up, Buckle.
All right.
Still my favourite boss.
Oh,
Okay, go
Bye
away
now.
now.
Bye now.
Back to your regularly scheduled stream.
They're old enough that they won't, be emotionally damaged by us saying go away now.
No,
They're old enough, as in they're all over 18. I'm not responsible for any of them.
Question from Alistair Randall Photography.
Oh,
He says, "Hey guys, I'm like one of your biggest fans.
Al. Oh, thanks, Al.
Definitely.
If you had to start your homestead over from scratch, what would you do differently?"
Definitely plant wine sooner. No, just
Plant
joking.
wine.
He'll-
Do you mean plant grapes?
Yeah, he'll get that.
Good question.
What would we do? Say the question again.
What would we do differently if we had to start from scratch? I mean, I still feel like we're in the start from scratch mode right now. Like,
Yes.
so we've got a little bit of like flexibility and room to make changes. And going back to that question about, doing things temporary or doing things permanent, there's nothing so locked in now that we couldn't change it.
We put the tiny house in prime location to look over the dams at sunset.
Yeah.
But do you know what happens as the sun sets?
It
beats
the sun
its
heats up your front of your house.
40-degree
Yeah.
heat. And because we don't have a deck
To be fair,
yet,
there's a roof to be built here. So
it's real hot. And we were just saying this morning, we're like, we could have gone like a little bit
that way.
And had the same effect. That's probably
You know what? I think that's going to happen, especially if you've got a reasonable block of land. You're going to make a decision about where the foundation goes. And at some point, you've got to pour concrete. And then 5 years later, you're going to go, I wonder what it would have been like if the view was from down there. Like at some point, you just got to, lock it in.
I think, honestly, the experience that we had working on 100 acres for 7 years set us up to make really strong decisions. That and the fact that we don't have an unlimited budget. Yeah. It's like we had to make the money that we've had really work. So you have to put those ideas through their paces.
Every spend decision gets evaluated.
And then you pull the trigger and you're like, geez, I hope that works. And then you just have to back yourself.
Oh, okay. There is one. So I had this idea for this funky garden shape.
Oh, I know another one.
Oh, gosh.
No, maybe we're going to say the wrong. We're going to say the one.
I'm backed up on questions.
Okay, so I saw this garden on YouTube once, and it looked like a handprint when you looked at it from in the air, and I'm like, that would be so cool. And I spent ages trying to figure out how you would do that. And in the end, I was like, I'm not doing that. But I do want to do these semicircles, these arcs. And so we did that on our garden bed. And then in the first year, it caused us so much hassle because we just didn't build the garden beds on contour. And so all the garden beds at the bottom of the slope got all the water, and all the garden beds at the top of the slope were dry as. I mean, it looks cool from a drone, but
it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol.
But it does. But for an actual practical garden, we should have just built them on contour.
And we're like, do we do this again? Nah, we're just going to stick with it and make it work.
That might be stubbornness.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam has a question.
Uncle Sam.
Ollie wants to know.
Hi,
would
Ollie.
You change the position of your tiny home?
Oh, did I just answer that?
I feel like we just answered that.
Yeah.
No, because Ollie, when you come and stay with us, I really like how close you are to us and that we can have the fire pit out the front.
I was saying today, though, I wonder if it would have been nice to be No, actually, back to the Mozzie question. Now I've answered my own question. No. Not closer to the dam.
Quite
no,
happy.
happy with
Happy, very happy. Hi, Ollie and Elsie and Lily. They're my nieces and nephews.
Saying they can't really hear the questions.
So they can't hear the questions.
We'll just repeat them. Keep them short.
We're going to get another...
How are we going for time, Noah?
7:13.
Oh, cool.
Oh. I didn't think this... I was dubious about this.
How much game have you come across on your land?
Oh, good question.
I know you mentioned feral species.
Yeah,
yes.
pigs have been the main thing. So we have a resident population of red-necked wallabies. I reckon there's got to be...
There's one particular one that really is eyeing off the blueberries. Like yesterday while we were
He crept up
all
towards
here,
the blueberries while we were sitting here having a wine in the afternoon. And that's only 20 metres away.
and just looked at us.
Yeah. You're not allowed to shoot those. Those are protected. there may be times where they.
There's some big red kangaroos as well, but like more.
There's mostly greys, yeah. So we've spotted the occasional big red. There's mostly greys on other properties in that direction.
We definitely have wild pigs.
Pigs has been the big thing. Our first time when we came to check out this property, and Google let us down like this weird bush track, and we disturbed a mob of pigs early in the morning. It was huge. But I do know some of the neighbours have been culling. Other than that, game,
rabbit.
There's rabbits everywhere.
The hares.
Yeah,
are they the same?
I think that. No, they're
they
not.
are huge.
Yeah,
that's what we see most coming home at night time.
There's a lot of cropland around us, so just kind of imagine anything that loves living in cropland, including rodents, snakes.
Saw our first brown snake last weekend.
And maybe a taipan. We do get taipans here. I don't know. It was black.
Inland taipans.
It was dark.
It was
terrifying.
The dogs
chased it.
But they're not like, climbing up the walls like I first thought,
Snakes?
When I first got here, I was terrified there's going to be a snake everywhere. There's not.
No.
But you can't get complacent.
Go for it now.
Another question. What's an account /person/event that has helped with homesteading that might surprise us?
That might surprise us.
Oh, as in someone who's inspired us? It's probably all the usual suspects.
I have one.
Yeah.
But I need to remember his last name.
So I just, I've been watching Kevin from Epic Gardening now for a number of years, and he started as a gardening channel, and then he started Epic Homestead about 5 years ago, and he's just announced that he's kind of burning out, but also his workspace is his home and his homestead, and so
hard.
He gets like team and film crew and everything turn up to his homestead every single day. And he's just announced that he might be actually kind of
done with it.
Just done with that, yeah, and going back to the
can
gardening.
Understand how you could get there.
But I was kind of inspired to watch somebody who had already gone on YouTube and gone down one particular path. Like his gardening stuff is, you should be subscribed to him for all of your gardening stuff. You just got to translate the, Northern American continent to Australia. But
that's why Mark from Self-Sufficient Me is so great.
Yeah.
He was the one that convinced Regan, you have to start a YouTube channel.
I was really lucky.
Shout out to him.
I got to meet Mark, and we got to sit around a fire and have some beers a few years ago. And it was after I took him on a farm tour.
Yeah.
And he said, "You guys should be on YouTube." And it took us 4 years after that. And I shot him a message when we hit 1,000 subscribers.
It comes so naturally to you as a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always kind of going to be the deal, but the timing of it. I'm glad we did it when we did. I'm not sure if I answered that question.
Matthew Evans.
Oh, yeah.
I have to blame for
it's his
all
fault.
of this. Regan took me away for my birthday one weekend, and there was a DVD player there.
It was to a farm stage.
Let's Gourmet Farmer.
Yeah,
the Gourmet Farmer.
Made us watch that.
We did make you watch that because we went away for this weekend away without the kids and ended up binge watching the whole first season of Gourmet Farmer. And from that moment, we were like, "This is amazing. We should do this."
Yeah.
Also had the opportunity to meet him, like his work on soil.
Yeah.
His latest stuff, like we're hoping to go. Not that you can visit Fat Pig Farm anymore, but that would be like.
Yeah, I don't think they do the big long lunches anymore. But that whole series was because it was out about the same time as River Cottage. And don't quote me on this, but
don't do it.
I feel like somebody told me that River Cottage was a little bit staged. That he didn't live
You're gonna
there.
Destroy dreams here.
I know, and that, but Matthew's that series was at his home.
What's the name of the guy that did River Cottage?
Australia.
He does a really great podcast now.
Yeah, and look, it was a good show. But Gourmet Farmer was like real.
When he lost all of his chickens.
I know, and watching that, I was like, okay,
the fails are just as
I'm
important.
up for that, and we get that feedback a lot, right? Like that's why we show the fails. It's why we like
the fails are just as learning. Paul West, thank you.
Oh, go Jamie.
Somebody,
Jamie, look that up.
Okay, let's keep going.
I just had it. As well as the vineyard, will you consider planting hops for beer? As I know you like a homebrew. Hayes Homestead again.
I don't know if we're going to be cold enough.
Yes, I say yes.
I'm keen to try it anyway.
The vineyard. So we're looking from the tiny house towards the dams right now, and the vineyard's there. And then the pigs have just passed over where the crops, our new crops,
they're on their way south.
So then like next to that, we could do hops because I know you have to grow hops like high.
Yeah, we were down in Victoria a few
Yeah.
years ago and saw where they were growing them, and but it was cold down there. I feel like maybe it needs to be.
It was cold here, bro.
I don't know if it's going to be, but it might
gonna
be
give
like
it a
the
shot.
wine. You know what? It's
We're
not
gonna
the
give it a shot.
ideal, but if you can do it,
Yep.
I'd be keen.
And barley. And barley.
Yeah, you need a lot of space for barley. Our neighbour just planted barley.
That's true.
What do you wish you could grow, but simply can't due to
Coffee.
Coffee.
climate,
What do we wish we could grow?
Thanks, Del Boy, for that one.
Del Boy.
That's-
Coffee.
That's Uncle Des, right?
That's my brother, yeah.
Yeah.
What do I wish? Nothing really, because I feel like we were just spoiled. Like we really learned. I mean, I've been gardening for over a decade, but we really learned how to garden in a subtropical climate.
In the Northern Rivers, in Caldera.
Where
Like
you've got
volcanic soil,
soil,
greenhouse level humidity.
rain all the time, too much rain.
Too much rain. I mean, we were there in the 2022 floods, and I can tell you that there is such a thing as too much rain and not enough sunshine.
I'm kind of pushing the envelope on this stuff anyway, though. Like when wine, when they're like, nah, you're an hour too far north for wine. I'm like,
I'll do it anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's not the wine grapes, but we do have two sets of a set of 2 table grapes that we've got in big wine barrels that are going to grow up where the deck is going to be, because they will provide shade in the summer. And we have grapes growing on one of those Black Isabellas.
I saw those tiny little.
So excited!
I've
got olive on our oldest olive tree that we brought with us. We have olives growing, like the flowers are just falling off, and we've got grapes.
And my feijoa trees are just starting to go to flower. So honestly, I kind of feel like you sort of do that in homesteading, right? You
break the rules.
Break the rules.
Just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, oh well, you gave it a shot.
For the chatter, Alia Perry asks, when are you guys getting cows?
Do you know why? Because Alia really wants cows. We were thinking that we would have the fencing done by now, but we haven't, because
it's a mission.
We're not just homesteading, but we're building a YouTube channel at the same time, and that makes everything take longer.
The boundary fencing on this property was pretty much non-existent, and if you've seen some of our previous videos, I mean, a few videos ago, I was up there scouting it out, and the posts they're split posts that were obviously made on site, so they're iron bark posts, and they are rotted. So for an iron bark post to rot means it's been in the ground for 20 plus years, maybe more.
I think we worked out we've got 4 kilometres of fencing to do.
No, we don't, because we've got neighbours on 2 sides that have taken care of.
So how much do we have to do?
2 kilometres.
2 kilometres.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's just do that. We're going to have to wait till it's cooler now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we will do our own split posts.
Yeah.
And well, I've done fencing before. It's just time. Clearing, there's a bit of clearing to do. So,
fire breaks, all
but
of that
I am
sort of
keen.
thing.
I'm super keen for cows.
Cows next year.
I miss my Dexters. I had a herd of Dexters at that last
I
farm.
miss having our own milk.
And we had a little herd of Jersey cows.
Jerseys.
Yeah.
Alia says we need jerseys. We have 2 Jersey girls, that's it.
I will definitely do Jersey girls again. I will never do a Jersey bull again.
He wasn't that bad.
He was
destroyed
that bad.
my car.
Yeah.
we
We did have a Jersey bull.
Jersey
His
bulls
name
are
was
Melvin. But they're
and
notoriously
he was
ornery.
going to die, and I saved him. And I loved him, and he loved me.
To clarify, and I hope this doesn't shock too many people, but when boy Jersey cows are born on a dairy farm, they're all destined for that. Like
They were free.
They're skin and bones, so they don't farm them for meat.
No.
And so, if you want a free
Apparently
Jersey bull,
Jersey steak
don't
is
ever
really
pay for
good.
a Jersey bull.
No.
Yeah, but they're not good meat cows.
Dexter was a good bull.
And those Dexters were just such a great breed to work with. They were good for tourism, like doing farm tours and that sort of thing.
Sunflower Stitcheries and Quilting
Oh,
asks, is there a Rustic Spirits cookbook in the future?
Oh my goodness.
That's all you, Mum?
It took all of this year to convince Kirsty to actually do sourdough on the camera. What do you reckon it's going to take to convince her to put together a cookbook?
But she's so good at it.
I know, I'm smelling it right now. Whatever's in the slow cooker.
Beef ragu. Wow, I've never considered that.
Really?
Well, I feel like I have huge imposter syndrome when it comes to cooking.
So one of our inspirations, and we've got both of their books, and I'm trying to remember the name of the second book now, was Matt and Lentil, and they're a
Grown and Gathered.
Victorian couple, I
They
think.
live in Italy now.
Yeah. And so they wrote this book called Grown and Gathered. And it was just so amazing. It was their journey of kind of like self-sufficiency and homesteading.
Bartering. They bartered only for a year.
Oh, and he would go out to like salt flats and like harvest salt and that. But layered throughout their book, which is kind of like a coffee table book, were all of these awesome recipes. What was the second book called? Anyway, it escapes my mind, but we bought that one as well. I'd love
Something
to do
about the table.
I'd love to do a book like that, because it's not just recipes, but so much of what you do on a homestead is of course about that, because I think one of the greatest freedoms you have as a homesteader is you're taking responsibility for your own nutrition.
Yes.
You know, like, so
100%.
it's not just, and it's not even, we were talking about this today, it's not even just that goal of can you grow all your own food. I actually feel like that's maybe an impossible goal, but it's that taking responsibility for little bits here and there, and then you just go, we've worked out how to grow whatever plant it might be. Let's work out now how that's going to now get incorporated into our lives, either in a meal or on a regular basis.
Or in our health.
Yeah.
It's when we were planting the herbs that I just bought.
Yeah.
We are growing our own cloves. Like, if you are here and you are into like homesteading, medicinal herbs, all of that sort of thing, cloves are huge. We're growing our own cloves.
Dan with the $5, Dan Buckle.
Dan.
Said, or you can move to Bali with us instead of growing it, either in relation to the coffee or the hops. I don't remember.
I feel like coffee.
There's so many people moving to Bali right now.
Yeah, we listen to a couple of podcasts, like business podcasts, and there's a lot of people that are.
Thanks for $5, Dan.
Oh, thanks, Dan. That's wild.
I think you might mean the coffee. I'm pretty sure they grow coffee there. Do you remember we had that coffee that gets pooped out of a cat or whatever it was? Luwak? Is that what that?
Luwak?
Luwak?
No, it's Luwak.
That animal that was like kind of a monkey cat kind of a thing.
It wasn't better.
Kopi
Luwak.
It wasn't better.
It's supposed to be, the story is supposed to be that it has some enzyme in its gut that
by the
breaks
time
down
we got it, it was probably like 3 years old.
And then we brought it home as well. I remember going through customs, and then it was like we made this coffee with it, and we're like,
it's disgusting.
Why did we buy
No,
this?
thank you.
James Parham says, what's in Regan's tankard?
That is, that's a homebrew, that one. So that's a Cooper's Pale Ale, and it's starting to get empty.
I know, I'm sipping, but like it's beer o'clock. What's in your tankard, James? You got this from Tim. If Tim
was on our podcast, and Tim's a woodworker, toy maker.
That was a 40th birthday present.
And one of his good friends is a Cooper.
Yep.
And makes these tankards.
So that is no plastic right there.
No, yep, it's all pinned together with little copper nails.
I can't believe people are actually watching, and I can't believe, like, thanks to our family and friends, that. I might get a bit emotional about that.
Alana Discordia, I'm sorry if I butchered
Just
that
say
last
Alana.
name.
Just go first names.
Asks, I know you've used Happy Valley seeds.
Yep.
Yes.
They have such a range of unique seeds.
They
Is
do.
there any other place you get unique seeds that you don't normally see seeds at Bunnings?
Oh.
What was that one that I came across the other day? Did I flick it to you? I was looking for... No. I was looking for something... I'm going to put it down in the comment. Can we do that? I don't know. I think this goes up later on, so I'll be able to add
Seed
it.
collection.
Yeah, we've
Eden
used the seed
seeds,
collection.
Happy Valley seeds are the trifecta that we use commonly.
And because we're particularly looking for heirloom seeds most of the time,
Yes.
and most of you will probably know this, but if you want to seed safe,
Yep.
you need heirloom seeds.
Yep.
If you're using F1 varieties, so hybrid varieties, like if you buy a packet of corn seeds from Bunnings, it'll be F1,
Yep.
which means if you try and save those corn kernels that you grow, you're not going to get the same kind of corn the next year. So
half of what we've grown what I'm growing right now is saved from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something in particular that I was looking for. It was a tree. It was a shrub, and I came across a website, and then I went, hey, babe, they've got a whole medicinal section. Do you remember I flicked it to you?
Is it Mudbrick Cottage? Because I just got a delivery, if you follow us on
Maybe
Instagram.
it was.
I just bought, because there's some medicinal herbs that I've
might have
been like having a real hard time getting going. So I bought from Mudbrick Cottage. They were fantastic. Clove, ashwagandha, lemon balm, elderberry. What was the other one? Can't remember. Meadow sweet. Because, was it Andy? One of the guys, I assume guy, maybe girl, shouldn't assume, who comments on every single video said meadow sweet goes well in gin.
Ooh.
So I was like, gotta buy that.
Nice.
But Mudbrick Cottage were amazing they were like $8.50 seedlings.
Yep. Posted to you, yeah?
Posted to me.
Yeah,
yep.
cool.
They were fantastic.
Next question. I'm trying to find one for you.
Oh, trying to find through.
I'm digging through. Okay, we're going to
Alia's
do Elsie's
helping.
question.
Oh, Elsie.
There any baby chicks in eggs right now?
Oh,
are there any baby chicks in eggs right now?
We did just hatch out, so we had other family come and stay for the long weekend.
We missed you, Elsie.
And their kids, yep. I timed a hatching for their kids, but also because our friends next door want to kind of increase their. But our biggest challenge right now has been all of our chickens are all bundled all in together in one yard, and so I've been trying to get these chicken tractors designed and cranked out. I'm pretty happy with the design actually, and I thought. I don't know where I got this information from, but I thought you had to wait 30 days. And I've been telling, so sorry if I've said it on a video, but that is not right.
You have 100%.
Said it on a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that interesting? You don't fact check things, you hear something.
I'll tell you why I thought that.
Okay.
We had this Araucana rooster many years ago.
His name was Caesar.
Caesar. And an Araucana is a big long-necked silver. You can get them silver or lavender. That's what we had, and they've got these whiskers and they lay these blue eggs. We ended up getting rid of him because he was just a menace. He kept escaping, remember, and going over the road and destroying the neighbour's garden.
Yep.
So we got rid of Caesar, sorry. But I had this Australorp hen, and I didn't realise she had collected this clutch of eggs, and she was sitting under
Because we used to have this bamboo.
Yeah, that's right.
Along the whole edge of the property, and it was like awful.
Yeah, so she was sitting under this clump of bamboo.
She would hide in it.
But a month after he was gone. So there were no rogue roosters around. And by the time I found her on the eggs, I'm like, oh, you poor thing. They're not going to hatch. They're just going to go rotten. I'll let you sit on them for a little bit longer. And then I'm going to have to you've got to kind of lock them in a cage or, break the cycle of their broodiness. And they hatched out. and I'm going back through the calendar going, she was hanging on to that from Caesar for a good month. So the general rule is 2 weeks minimum.
Yeah.
But most breeders will allow 3. And so I think our Quambies are just about to head into week 3.
Well, everybody wants to buy Quambi eggs. And I mean like a lot of people.
No, I know.
So
but they're cranking them out. We've got 7 girls in egg production at the moment, and I'm getting about 6 eggs a day. So
we can only eat them for 1 more week, and then
you can't eat those ones after that. Yeah, they're definitely for. I want to hatch out a bunch more for ourselves, but then there's a bunch that I need to ship to people. So
the current deadline is Sydney. We're going to Sydney.
And why are we going to Sydney, Kirsty?
No, because
we have this new drinking game in our house. Whenever Kirsty mentions that she's going to see Oasis, you've got to take a drink.
Going to see Oasis.
Drink. I'm going to get drunk. Question for
Once
Kirsty
in a lifetime.
from Karen Robbins. You've mentioned previously learning about medical herbs. Who are you learning through?
Good question.
Rosemary Jasper.
Rosemary Jasper.
I don't know.
Is one of our fans on YouTube?
No. Oh, Rosemary Jasper is one of our friends on YouTube.
Are you saying that that's the person that you've been learning?
No, Rosemary Glad Star.
Oh, I was going to say, what a coincidence.
Rosemary Jasper, she's lovely.
Yeah, she's
she
in the UK.
On every single one of our videos. Rosemary Gladstar. If you look it up online, I can't remember the name of her entity, but she's who I am doing my courses through. Because, and here's the thing about learning new skills, especially when you chuck yourself in the deep end. You can learn anything online, right? You can learn, you literally learn anything online. But what I struggle with personally is having a baseline with which to learn from.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you just get overwhelmed with all this information. So I'm starting my medicinal garden and I'm like, well, you can have all these herbs.
Yeah.
Or you can have this many herbs. And you follow people on TikTok and Instagram and everything, and they're like, you don't need all these herbs. And I'm like, well, how would you know that? So I wanted a baseline with which to build from.
Yep.
And when all the research that I did, rosemary Gladstar seems to be the gold standard, or one of the gold standards. Like, obviously, I follow Barbara O'Neill. If you are interested in holistic medicine at all, you have to follow Barbara O'Neill. I respect her greatly. I have so many of her books. I follow, if there's a podcast with her on it, I will listen to it. But there's a course that you can buy, and I bought it without the down, like, they can ship you binders.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, wow, that's
old
a
school.
lot. I mean, well, you know, sometimes
But that would be
going to be
handy.
helpful to have paper. But yeah, I bought her online course. I think it was only $350, and I'm slowly working my way through that.
Yeah, right.
But like, I am at the start of that.
Wonderful. Question from Emmanuel L. Based on homesteading journey so far, what moment or experience has tested you the most?
Emmanuel asks such great questions.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I really value your comments, Emmanuel.
Because it's differently than what would you do differently?
What's tested us the most? We removed all of the buffers. I think that's what tested me the most.
What do you mean?
We moved here.
Yep.
We both work from here.
Yep.
Our children are grown and don't require as much energy. We're building a homestead and a business together in a semi-remote environment. We don't have any buffers anymore.
Yeah, it's not like we can just go to work and like change gears, like get into a different mindset. It's
we have had to learn how to do this in a whole new way.
Yeah, that is for sure.
And we've been together for
a long time.
50 years. It's not 50 years. JJ wants everybody to know he's put the pasta on for dinner. Thank you, babe. Thank you, baby.
In just really practically in answering that.
I hope that answered that question. That's my 100% answer.
I like coming out to a property where the buck stops with you, and in terms of skills matching, like the experience, the power system, I think, has probably sent me into a panic more than any other system on the property. But only because there's so much riding on it, you know? Like, if the power goes down, there's a couple...
When that frog fried the inverter...
Oh, my gosh.
That was a terrible day.
There's a couple of people on the property that depend on internet connectivity for work and all sorts of other things. And so if there's no power, there's no Starlink. If there's no Starlink, there's no internet. Because there's no blimmin' Telstra out here. So, or barely, like it says there is, but it's a lie.
You have to stand with your phone on your head.
So I think that, like, in terms of testing, like going, I have to, and I have to, and I did a video the other day about this, about DIY solar, and I have to be so careful because there's all these rules and regulations and that. And
they're only getting worse.
So read between the lines. I'm biting my tongue a lot.
Oh no, here we go.
But I don't, like, the nearest shop that can help me with that is an hour's drive away.
It's not our local town, that's for sure.
And they work business hours.
Yeah.
If something dies on our off-grid solar system and all of our meat's in the freezer, and you guys that need the internet for work, I mean, I need the internet for work, like my job is YouTube, yes. I've got to solve it. So I get a little bit miffed at that whole, I'm about to go on a rant, aren't I? I might just calm down and top up the tank. And I guess what I'm saying is, like, that one has definitely tested me in that it's on me. If something goes wrong with the power, if something shorts out, something keeps tripping, and I'm really lucky in that one of my best mates is an electrician.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to go, hey, so the earth in our system is set up like this. And he'll be like, no, you can't do it like that. I'm like, okay, cool.
But also, he's not off grid. He doesn't know solar.
No, I know. But having somebody that, so look, I'm trying to be really careful. Obviously, if you don't know what the heck you're doing, don't go sticking screwdrivers and needle nose pliers into your
turn
electrical
it all
system.
off and live
as
by
much
the
as
fire.
possible, have plug and play systems and have redundant systems. And I guess maybe I'd add that. Like my peace of mind has definitely elevated now that I've actually got backup systems. Like if something does die, I'm like, go and grab one of the Blue Eddies. At least we can put the Starlink back on. Yeah, I don't know if that answered that question. I was going to open this, but I think I put too much sugar in this homebrew because.
Do you want me to do it?
No, that's
No,
just gonna.
there you go.
That's gonna like fizz
It's like
everywhere.
when you haven't opened a soda water.
No, it's gonna go.
Just do it.
Let it go.
This is like my third only homebrew. Aww.
How many people are watching?
We've got 139 people at the moment.
Cool. What's the time?
What did I say? This.
We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes.
Cool.
Should we go for an hour and a half?
That sounds good. Hit us with another couple of questions, Noah.
Matthew Hopkins asks, speaking of gin, will you ever dabble in making your own spirits?
Yes.
Legal disclaimer: you're not allowed.
Oh no, not you have to just.
Not legal advice.
Have you ever heard of a spirits tax?
Yeah, so
that makes everything complicated.
So interesting in Australia. So if you are into making spirits, you probably follow Jesse from Stillet, who's a Kiwi, and the reason is, and because literally, like, you know, our neighbouring country and their laws are far more reasonable than ours.
Who?
But
New Zealand.
New Zealand, but so in Australia, you can make your own mead. You can make your own wine. You can make your own beer. Now, when you go commercial with some of this stuff, you've got to...
Oh, there's things, yeah.
There's things. But like when you go commercial with anything, there's things. But you cannot own... You can't even own a still. You can't even own a still for making essential oils or distilled water. Ask us how we know this. Yeah, ask me how I know. we had this idea that maybe one day we would... on this property.
Rustic Spirits came about because we thought we would want to start a gin distillery.
Yeah, we were on like a chat, like a grok or an AI, one of those things, and we were brainstorming names, and I feel like it might have suggested the name Rustic Spirits, and we went, oh, that's cool, and that AI doesn't even know why, because of like the play on words sort of thing.
So yes.
I mean, I will say as well, as the person who
Regan makes a really good gin.
All of the Rustic Spirit stuff, when I designed all of the suite for you guys with the logos and everything, I was told that it would be
eventually
a distillery, so I made a bunch of
I have this dream. So maybe this is, and again I say don't ever retire, but I have this retirement idea of like this big barn building with, you know, massive glass front on it and just full of like copper and stainless steel as in distilling equipment. So maybe
steampunk. Ben Horwood asks, he says, evening all, I have been looking at northern New South Wales or Queensland Toowoomba Warwick area.
It's a great area.
However, now that it's getting warmer, I'm thinking Tasmania for homesteading. What are your thoughts?
Oh.
Do you like the cold?
Yeah, there are a couple of good homesteading YouTubers that are in Tassie, and their names escape me right now, and that's terrible. So like Google search them. YouTube search them.
Can we put them?
I'm assuming we can do notes after this, and we can put it in the thing. So
we'll just spam comment.
Most likely, we're also recording this. So
the question is though, is Tassie an option?
Do you like the heat or do you like the cold?
Well, you're just limited, right? So I do follow a lot of North American homesteading channels as well, and particularly guys that are right up in the north, or even Canadians. Their window for growing is like that, and then they're extending a little bit with greenhouses and that sort of thing.
Shift everything into barns, and I find that fascinating.
That would be kind of a cool,
like what Joel Salatin does when he pulls all of his pigs into barns.
Yeah, but even he's like down in Virginia, and it's like same. It's where
I couldn't do snow.
Where the Rhodes family are.
What do you like? Do you like the humidity? Go to the Northern Rivers. Because you'll live in a greenhouse.
But if you want a cheat code for gardening, go to the Northern Rivers. You've got volcanic soil and humidity.
You'll pay for land,
Yeah, true.
But it's a pretty magical place to live. We did do that for 7 years. Toowoomba Warwick region, I think, is quite a fantastic place to live.
So we've got the heat. We don't have the humidity. Learning how to garden in the dry is a whole different challenge, and we get a couple of little frosts.
Yep. Stanthorpe's quite close.
Yeah.
Tasmania.
Oh, look, it's beautiful. And I imagine it's probably a lot like New Zealand and maybe like very fertile soil, and
I
it'd be an
heard
intense growing
a
season.
Tasmanian distillery won Whiskey of the Year.
Oh, which one? There's
I don't know, but it's the first time like outside of Scotland.
as in World Whiskey of the Year.
Yes.
Hmm.
So you've got
There
some
are a
opportunities there.
disproportionate amount of whiskey distilleries in Tasmania versus
Yes.
every other state in
Melbourne,
Australia.
Starwood, Regan's personal
No, but
favourite.
even like for every other state, like
Yeah.
Tassie has like a
We're planning a
large
trip.
Hellier's Road.
Hellier's Road.
Petered 21-year-old was named Australia's best single malt at the 2025 World Whiskies Awards.
World Whiskey Awards.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Okay, so like really, you have to ask the question: what climate do you want to live in?
And what do you want to do on your homestead? Because
Yeah.
I think that's probably an important distinction as well. Like, there's not a template for every homestead must have chickens,
No.
goats, a milking cow, a veggie garden, medicinal garden. You know, like there's so many aspects to homesteading, which is why, and I will continue to say, if you live on a 400 square meter block and what you do is sourdough and stockpiling, then you're a homesteader. You know what I mean?
Totally.
All right. Jackson's Explore Down Under asks, "Hey guys, would love to hear your thoughts on hydroponic gardening."
I know nothing about hydroponics. I am fascinated by the idea of it, but I couldn't tell
Do
you
you know
anything
what
about
I'm
it.
looking forward to? The time when we're not in build mode and we can experiment
Yeah,
with salt batteries and hydroponic
sand battery.
Sand battery. It's not a salt battery.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other
Anyway.
thing.
We have lots of conversations about things and most of it goes over my head, but I'm excited to be able to experiment with some things like that when we're not in build mode.
Yeah, I've never even visited a hydroponics setup.
No.
So I'm fascinated by the
I've
idea,
heard it
but I
grows
don't know
great
anything.
lettuces.
Yeah.
John Anthony asks, "What did you end up naming your Aussie chicken tractor design?"
Oh, there were a couple of really cool names, and to be honest, I was too busy building it to think about it. All right.
What's your favorite one?
No, I don't have a name for it yet. But a truth-telling moment, I'm not 100% happy with the design. I'm not sure if I said this on the video. Maybe I did get to say this, but the hoop greenhouse that we used, the hoop size was too big, and I really want to bring the whole design in a bit more.
So we're waiting on
I've ordered like a little like mini pipe bender.
bender.
That might help with that, which is partly why I haven't built the other three. That and
in 2 weeks we're building 3.
That and I used just metal screws in some of it instead of most of it was nuts and bolts together. And there's been already one occasion where we got up the next morning. I'm like, all of the quambies are out. Why are all of the quambies out? And because the day before I'd moved it and a corner had popped open. So.
But this is where we go back to the start of the live stream where we're like prototype,
trial,
find out all the flaws.
I have since started to kind of like mount things in it. So the water is now mounted in it. Got to figure out how to mount the nesting box in it because that was some really good advice. Like
we would have just built standard North American chicken tractors if we had have been able to get non-structural pine from Bunnings.
Oh, the Joel Salatin style, I think I would have.
Yeah.
Another little downside of the design of mine is I had to get in that the other day. And there's no way to get in it. You've got to lift. If you lift it up, they all escape. And so I ended up unclipping a bit of the tin. And so that's one of the things I do like
you
about.
Need to tell me when that happens so that I can come out with my camera and video that stuff.
It's for the bloopers.
Wonderful. Michelle Ford asks, "I'm a single woman and would love to move off grid. Do you think a single person could do this lifestyle, albeit on a smaller scale?"
Absolutely.
If you want to, then yes.
But I also don't think I don't think you should homestead alone. And I don't mean by that have people on the property or do that if you want. But back to what we were saying about community. And even if your community is just an online support network of like-minded people, but hopefully it's also like people
in proximity to you. Yeah. I don't think anybody can do anything alone. But if you're a single woman, I mean, more power to you. Of course you can. You can learn anything.
It's definitely going to be a balancing act. There's a lot.
It's more complicated than you think.
Again, though, like we are still very much in establishing build mode. And so like our days are just full. and I'm looking forward to those days where we're just gardening or just moving pigs.
It's never going to happen.
No, that's true, probably.
Buckle with the $2 says it's mead making time.
Mead.
And then has a question.
Buckle makes some good mead, actually. I
Yes.
might have drunk the last of your mead,
As
Buckle.
I was walking back from somewhere, I could smell the honey today
And you said
from
mead.
one hide. I was like,
I have to build another beehive this season because they are cranking. They have expanded to fill every bit of space that I'm giving them, and I'm going to run out of space in that Kenyan beehive. So
sweet.
yeah.
Wonderful. He has a question. He said, I watched some videos recently about meat farming both guinea pigs and also rabbits. What would the output yield difference be between that and large livestock?
Guinea pigs are like a staple in some South American countries. Like, it depends how you grew up. Like, you know,
Can't do it.
That's because you've had them as
Rabbit
pets.
is a thing.
Rabbit is super efficient to farm.
Not in Queensland.
Oh.
Oh no, you can get exemptions.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're allowed rabbits in Queensland if you farm them or if you're a magician.
Really?
That's a fact.
They have to be desexed though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you definitely can't have them as pets, but you can farm them. So there's special provisions for farming them. And Daniel
Rabbit
Salatin, Joel's eldest son, only son maybe, came up with this really unique concept on their farm called the Racken House, and they bring their chickens in under their rabbits, so it's rabbit chicken, and they've got their rabbits up in cages. And then they've got deep bedding mulch underneath them.
Yeah.
And so the rabbit poo and wee just goes straight through into the ground below. But it generates like all of this bug life and fly, and the chickens are just into it. And it's this really cool symbiotic setup. He calls them stacked enterprises.
Yeah.
Really genius idea. And he was like, from a young age, he was cranking in the dollars like pocket money wise from his little rabbit operation.
I'll say this. If food becomes scarce, then it would be interesting what food options become available to people.
Yeah. You've been a little cryptic there, are you saying?
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, look at what's happening like with, meat exports and tariffs and, the whole system's kind of up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got another question here, but Sharon Rose wanted you to know, Mum, that it doesn't get that cold in Tasmania. The lows are about 5 to 8. Random frosts.
The
here
lows
in
are 5 to
August.
8. Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm proven wrong.
Yeah, but for how long? Because Kirsty gets the winter blues. She just gets the sads. And then it's only been in the last few weeks.
Born and
She gets the
raised.
sads and the grumpies.
And the grumpies.
But I have a great question here from Sunflower Stitcheries and Quilting again. Is there any online permaculture course you would recommend, one ideal for making the most of a suburban block?
Oh, good question. I actually don't know.
I didn't.
I would definitely recommend
Jeff
if you get to go and do Jeff Lawton's, not that I've done it, but I've actually been invited to go as part of like a solar workshop. So I'm keen to get down there. But his course that he does on Zaytuna Farm is pretty amazing, like world renowned. Permaculture is one of those things, though, that once you've done the training, the principles, part of the training and the genius of it is you learn how to take a model and apply it to your context. So what are we distracted by?
I need to give JJ dinner instructions.
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry, I was trying to be like incognito.
I feel like you can't be super subtle when there's a camera and a microphone.
Can you turn the barbecue off?
Off. Oh, okay.
Hit us with another question, Noah.
Naomi, so tell the truth. Are you actually using the outdoor bath, which I love, love, love?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
All right.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, and we have on occasion, but it wasn't. Kirsty's wish was for a deep clawfoot bath, and so I couldn't find one on Gumtree at the time.
I don't want to seem ungrateful.
No.
I would 100% have used it if I didn't have to choose between the peaks or the peaks.
Yeah. It was one part of the body out or the other in a shower, even though it was a cast iron bath. So,
and when it's 4 degrees outside, I don't want any peaks out.
It would have been amazing in winter, but yeah, a clawfoot bath is on the wish list. And they come up every now and then.
I don't want to seem ungrateful. He did such a great job I would 100% use
know,
it every
I'm-
night if I could be full body immersed.
Immersed. I'm super aware of it now because the pigs are kind of moving past it, and like their next move, they will literally be in line with it. And I did have that thought the other day. I'm like, this wouldn't be such a good view.
I could probably use it now
Yeah, that's
quite
true.
easily.
Our pigs don't smell though, so
I don't care
and
about
they
that.
put themselves to bed at like 5
I don't
o'clock.
care about that. I care about like parts of my body being cold.
Exposed to the
Yeah.
5-degree temperature outside.
That's full disclosure.
That's full disclosure.
How are we going for time? I don't want to waste people's time. I just always.
Everyone here is having a great time.
That's good.
Yeah, but
some people are telling
JJ's
me
hanging around
to,
telling us it's dinner time.
Some people are telling you guys to give me a mic. We only have the two, so
We only have two.
I'm yelling as loud as I can.
Let us know if you think we should do this again, and then we will budget for some better equipment.
We want to budget for some better equipment and set up anyway
And
for
podcast
the podcast.
equipment, yeah.
Yep. Because
I love the podcast. I kind of miss it.
Peter James asks, how is your pantry going? Do you have drawn plants? I'm building a walk-in pantry at the moment and would love ideas.
Regan made it for me today.
So video coming out
Incoming
Friday,
on
I
Friday.
think. Yeah, so that the little 20-foot container back there that's on the side of my shed has just received a wall of insulation and a whole bunch of Bunnings shelves. Yeah, so that's coming along nicely. So Friday.
Like literally an hour before we started recording, he had to go and shower off the fiberglass.
It's not fiberglass.
Isn't it?
I'm not itchy from it. I'm sure that earthwall stuff is not fiberglass. I was thinking that. I was like, should I put a long sleeve? No, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's
like,
not.
babe, I've got to work.
I actually think it might be.
Work
it
today.
might actually be wool.
I did actually have to work today.
Somebody tell us who knows construction. Is that
Alia
earthwall
says
product?
it is 100% fiberglass.
No.
I got it in my hand.
Yeah.
No, you don't get. You
It's
don't get
fiberglass.
itchy. Why don't I get itchy?
You're strange.
Roasted Kiwi asks, have you thought of aquaponics at the dam?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good
If-
point.
If
And
we had more.
we do want to put fish in the
water,
dam,
yes.
but this year has not been the year for.
The dams are looking sad.
Oh, yes and no. Like I repositioned our water pickup line. We've got 2 dams,
Mm.
and the smaller dam, it's like, oh, that's getting a bit low, and the water's tasting a bit muddy. So I thought I'll go and put the pickup line. It floats on a tire
He
tube.
did it in August, guys. It was fun to watch.
I should have videoed that as well.
He was very
and
cold.
I thought I'll walk out. I don't know if I've actually been out into the middle of that dam,
Yeah.
and it's low. Like it's probably more than a meter lower than it should be, or that it's been at its peak.
Deceptively deep.
And I got to about here, and I went, too deep, too cold. That's where the water pickup line's going.
Yeah.
So it's still got some depth to it. I think we've probably still got a couple of million litres of water. But,
Aquaponics, yes, but we want to put fish in the dams.
well, so yes, we want to put fish in the dams.
Wonderful. Taipan asks, will you guys be selling Quamby chicks?
Yes, we are. So,
No eggs first.
oh, no, chicks are harder. We might be able to do something where we meet up. Yeah, because you've obviously got to be able to deliver them. Do you know in the States, they ship day-old chicks because when a chick hatches, the last thing it does before it hatches, a little TT moment here, it absorbs the last little bit of nutrient from the yolk, and it gets enough nutrient to last at least 48 hours, a little bit longer even. And so you can take a day-old chicken, pop it in a box with some straw bedding and send it through the post, as long as they don't shake them, I suppose.
I do not have that much faith in Australia Post.
No, well, they have a whole system
Yeah.
set up for posting live animals. No, we won't do chicks. not
Unless
to
you can
start
meet up
with.
and we can give them to you.
But I probably, honestly, the list of people who want Quamby eggs is,
Hundreds deep.
I don't think so, but it's
Or like hundreds of eggs
deep.
deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Shane Sykes asks,
Hey,
have
Shane.
you thought
I
of
love Shane's questions.
have you thought about planting nut trees? If so, what types?
I already have.
We literally just did an almond. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Almonds, and I have peanuts growing.
Oh, true,
as
which is
well.
not a tree, but
Thanks. They're still nuts. And pistachios will do really well in this region.
Yeah.
Those are the 3. We've got an almond in, and then we want a pistachio, and I have a whole bed of peanuts.
I have like 0 experience with
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, even with fruit, like we've got that little orchard going.
You need those like good fats. You need nuts.
You do.
Yeah.
Chris Joyce asks, do you check for mites in the bees?
I need to. So, but a few of our neighbours do bees.
Yep.
And some of them are pretty like religious about checking for Varroa. Look, it's one of those things. It was kind of inevitable. It was going to happen anyway. And I think what'll happen in the end here in Australia is like in every other country, people will they'll get over it and they'll get used to it. It's devastating. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If it wipes you out, it wipes you out.
I have watched Regan burn a beehive.
Oh, that
before.
wasn't for Varroa. That was for small hive beetle.
I have watched him burn a hive, and it was a sad.
Yeah.
It was a pretty dark day.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm about to do an alcohol wash check to check, but my closest neighbour is mad keen beekeeper as well, and he doesn't have Varroa. So I'm fairly confident, and he knows a lot of other beekeepers, and he said, we don't have it here. It'll turn up eventually. So we'll check, and when it arrives, there's some pretty cool innovations coming out to help deal with it.
But that's the thing, like, it is what it is. You just deal with, like, that's homesteading.
It's like, aphids and
bugs.
We're in the only one source of light.
If you do not do well with bugs, seriously think about homesteading.
Or investing in lots of netting and fly screen.
I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone in the chat that is saying that they absolutely love this. A lot of people are saying they want to see us do this again.
Really?
So
I think we might.
Are we calling it? Is it time for some beef ragu for dinner?
It looks like it's time for some beef ragu. 1 hour, 30 minutes on the dot.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us. That was super fun. And we'll do it again. Hey, if you haven't, I know most of you will have, if you haven't subscribed to our email list, our first email went out today. So that's going to be...
over 500 of you,
that's
which
pretty
is
cool.
Like, this is all very wild to us.
So I don't know, again, we'll put the link down, but just go to any one of our previous videos. I'm always rabbiting on about the email list.
And our Patreon page.
Yeah, if you want to get on that.
If you want to be in the in crowd.
You don't
They're
have
the cool kids.
But we do love our patrons. We'll definitely do this again.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see you on Friday. You can see our pantry build.
Cheers, everyone.